Let us focus our consciousness in the heart center and invoke the presence for each soul in this room. So many people again. It's so wonderful. Namaste. Namaste. I look at these flowers and I recall how Mother tells us that we should be like a flower. Open, frank, giving itself to the sun as we should give ourselves to the light. In all the colors of life that we all are. And tonight we come here for the Om Choir. The Om Choir is so special because it was Mother who asked me to bring down the new music, on which I have worked for more than 55 years. And I realized about 17 years ago that the new music would come through a collective group, not through one individual. Yes, it has come down through me, and I have had the blessing of hearing the music of the spheres for a very brief time, seconds only. And having heard that, I can tell you the Om Choir comes closest to that when we are in total harmony and unity, oneness. But for that, we have to give up the ego, or at least leave it outside the door, and put the mind out there someplace also, because it has no capacity to judge this music. It is lost when all of us suddenly meld as one choral unit. It's absolutely such an extraordinary experience that I can't find the words to describe it. How do all these people from different lives, disparate personalities, different environmental, physical, family experiences become one choir suddenly, in the space of minutes often? And that is because the divine grace is with us. And one doesn't have to believe necessarily in the divine grace, just listen to the music. One doesn't also have to sing. Many people come, they tell me, to be healed, or just to listen and to let that music enter into them. So, for whatever reason you've come, you're all so welcome. And I feel so blessed. I heard that you were doing a few exercises with Margaret, which are good for the physical body, because the physical body has to become more conscious. Right now, it's a bit of a lump. It needs to become aware, to wake up. It needs to be under the control of the higher power, which is our soul. So, we teach the physical body, as they have taught it for hundreds of years in all countries, how to produce tones. And the first thing we always learn is how to breathe to be able to sing. And that is a work of many years. Because we can all breathe through the nostrils, expand the diaphragm and the lower ribs. But having done that, how do we keep the ribs out so they don't cave in and give away all of the air we just took in? So let's see if we can all do that. Breathe. And hold it without singing. Just hold it so that the air does not come out. And the ribs will want to collapse because they're accustomed to collapsing and giving in. But if we can hold them out, then we have the first step in learning how to sing. Now we'll breathe again. First of all, collapse everything so that all the air is out of you, and then breathe. Where's my bass? I heard you before. Who is that? Who is the bass? You amaze me every week. How can it happen? How can it be so beautiful? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to try to connect with each soul. And so we begin by the soul to our left and to our right. And then we extend our consciousness to the next and the next and the next. And suddenly we are in a new world, a new consciousness. So let's begin again. Yes, the O is very important. It is said that the word Om created all the worlds. So we don't want Ah or or anything but Om. Do I have any sopranos who can do? Oh. Well, you can try. This will be 5 voices, 5 parts. Om, om, om. Okay. Now we get more complex. Huh? Now we start bringing in major seconds and dissonant notes. So each of you in your group have to hold that note carefully, like a rare treasure. Pretty good. Now we'll try minor key. The angels are singing with us tonight. Some of you may hear them.
Breathing. Om. Let's make the O a little richer, a little more mysterious. Om. And you can do it on Ma. But don't sing Ma. Sing Ma. M-A-H. Ma. Basses can take an octave down. Ma, ma, Ma.
push you any harder tonight. Okay, we have a few minutes left. Let's do one with 7th chord. Aurobindo and Mother tell us everything is harmony in the world. Even that which may sound dissonant or discordant is harmony at the very highest level. Sri Aurobindo terms it the supramental or the supermind. Below that is the overmind, which is very, very high, but we still have that feeling of duality, good, bad, true, false. Only in the supermind all is one. And from that one precedes the diversity, the multiplicity. So tonight we aspire for that highest principle to come down and to enter into each soul, that we may leave here with an experience of oneness, of unity, and of love. Breaking the men in half. Let's see. Professional choirs, amateur choirs, work months to achieve what you just heard. Now, let us go up to fortissimo and down to the softest pianissimo. And this was wonderful. This split was wonderful. You could hear it. You could hear that tonic and dominant fifth. Now we will hear a few lines from Sri Aurobindo's epic poem, Savitri. The story of Savitri, who reclaims her dead husband from death through divine love, thereby ushering in a new world on this earth. And a few words first about the Oms. We usually sing 3 seated and the last one standing. In the Om choir, there are no wrong notes. So all that we've just gone through was simply to prepare the body to open to the divine and to let him sing through us. We all have many notes in our bodies. Let him use as many as he wishes. Also, there will be a moment when, as a collective soul, a group soul, a holy body, we feel that the descent has taken place, and when we're in a perfect synchronicity, we will end at the same moment. Let us see. So we'll read a little from the book of fate. So Narad has come down to earth and sings to the king and queen in their palace. The sentences are very long. He beheld the cosmic being at his task. His eyes measured the spaces, gauged the depths. His inner gaze, the movements of the soul. He saw the eternal labor of the gods and looked upon the life of beasts and men. A change now fell upon the singer's mood. A rapture and a pathos moved his voice. He sang no more of light that never wanes, and oneness, and pure everlasting bliss. He sang no more the deathless heart of love. His chant was a hymn of ignorance and fate. Anyone can begin if they feel the new music just above the head, wishing to enter. We still have a few people singing Ah. Let's focus on the importance of Om, the voice of the Lord. He sang the names of Vishnu and the birth and joy and passion of the mystic world, and how the stars were made and life began, and the mute regions stirred with the throb of a soul. He sang the inconscient and its secret self, its power omnipotent, knowing not what it does, all shaping without will or sense, its blind, unerring, occult mystery, and darkness yearning towards eternal light, and love that broods within the dim abyss and waits the answer of the human heart, and death that climbs to immortality. It was radiant, He sang of the truth that cries from night's blind deeps, and the mother wisdom hid in nature's breast, and the idea that through her dumbness works, and the miracle of her transforming hands, of life that slumbers in the stone and sun, and mind subliminal in mindless life, and the consciousness that wakes in beasts and men. He sang of the glory and marvel still to be born, of Godhead throwing off at last its veil, of bodies made divine and life made bliss, immortal sweetness clasping immortal might, heart sensing heart, thought looking straight at thought, and the delight when every barrier falls, and the transformation and the ecstasy. And as he sang, the demons wept with joy, foreseeing the end of their long, dreadful task, and the defeat for which they hoped in vain, and glad release from their self-chosen doom and return into the one from whom they came. He who has conquered the immortal seats came down to men on earth, the man divine. Be careful standing up. Now the body is in the best position to receive the new music. Let us concentrate a moment and pray that each soul here receive the divine blessings, be under the divine's care and protection and guidance, grace and blessings. let us sit for a few moments of consecration. Truly, my heart is filled with gratitude for this beautiful choir, for the love that is in this room and the unity. I bow to the divine in each of you. Moments like these tell us what Auroville must become. Yes, it's in the process, but with this love, this sincerity, this aspiration, we can advance the progress towards a divine life.